You in tune to Cambridge Gucci Live Mobile.
I am DQP, Dope Qualified Producer. I am the beat maker and CEO of MIDI KIngZ Productions. So yeah, that's what I do, bang out beats. I'm pretty much just coming out. I've been around for quite some time. I always like to play the back scene. So there's been a lot of things happening as far as MCs wanting beats and people I know.
How long has it been since you've been actually making the beats, and what was your inspiration behind it?
Excuse me. Well, I started making beats initially when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I used to watch, listen to my brother play, the Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane and, all that stuff. And then, I grew up around E. Devious, things of that nature, Jeff Two Times, and things of that nature. So, I was always intrigued in what they was doing as a young cat, and decided to get into the beat scene and the rapping. We used to have the summer things in Cobden Squares. I'm from Dorchester, so I used to, my stomping ground was Cobden Square, and so yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Since I was 13, I've been into it, and I started getting back into it heavy about 3 years ago.
Can you remember who the first person was that you ever made a beat for?
Yeah, actually, it was when I used to do the rap thing. Me and my cousin DJ Sneed, my boy DJ Sneed, rest his soul, Score, Louis, Hitman, Finch, rest his soul. But we had a clique called the GPP Posse, and that was the first beat that I made. I did a beat on the Dr. Rhythm that didn't change the sounds. It didn't, it didn't have all the technology as we do now. So when I did that, it was basically the same snare, hi-hat, and kick, but I had to just utilize it in my own way and make the best of it. But like I said, I was 13 years old doing this, and since back then, not to toot my horn, but I've done well enough that I could perfect my craft to this day. So
hell yeah.
It's a blessing.
I definitely hear it, man. Your beats is incredible. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. And for me, me being who I am and the person that I am, and coming up in Dorchester and going through a lot of different shit as a youth, and coming up through crime and all that shit, this is very therapeutic for me, first of all. I thank God that I made it through. I think that my mission here was to do what I'm doing now, because I am making a difference in people's lives as far as my music. So, and that's what I like to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That is definitely a blessing. I see you got the machine right there. What do we got there? We got the Akai joint?
Yeah, so, this is the new jump off that Akai got. I'm a man of my craft. I like all new machines. This is called the MPC sampler. A lot of the hot producers are using it, and I like to stay on deck and up to par with my craft. So I had to go out and snatch it. It's a nice little machine. I do go on the road a lot, so it fits right in my bag with my laptop. It's a standalone, but I got it MIDI to my my laptop.
Oh, that's fire.
It's a good tool, man, when I'm on that bus or train. And actually, I'll be getting on that bus tomorrow, going up to New Hampshire to check some shit out and get some work done. So I'll be up there for the weekend. But yeah, it's a nice little tool, man. Definitely.
That's fire, man. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
How many of them things you got right there, man? Like, you got several joints, huh?
So this one is more of the compact, and I like it because it's like this. So shout out to Akai. This one is great. It's like a replica of the MPC 2000, 3000, but just in a shorter a smaller compact. Now, when I was growing up back home in the days earlier in my times, I messed with my man Fly Kai from Joint Ventures, and he had the MPC 60. But that sucker was about as long as a 32-inch TV. So we came a long way. But he had actually made his whole album off of that, the Joint Ventures album off of that, and actually he's taught me a lot of shit around along the way before he passed. So rest in peace to Fly Ty. It's pretty neat to have. So I myself. I usually, I have the same program on my Mac. They have a DAW for it. So I use my Mac. I use the MPC Beats. I use Logic. I use Pro Tools. I use Reasons. I use all those different types of things to make different type of beats because as a producer, I just don't make rap. I make hip hop. I make R&B. Soul, neo, whatever they want, I make it, but I ultimately I make it for me in the hopes that someone will like what I do. And since it's been shown to me that they like what I do, then that's what motivates me. So to keep banging them out. So yeah,
that's
every day I make beats. Every day.
Every day. Name a handful of artists that you have produced for.
Well, shit, I gotta, the first and foremost, I gotta shout you out on that new album, and thanks for putting me on with that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's fire. I think when it comes to that, so I can name Wally Sparks as one.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I love the album and the production and all the producers that were a part of that. I think that's dope. So yeah, you of course, Twice Though from Made Men, Polecat, Man Terror, Now Bay Harlem.
Oh, shout out to Bay.
Yeah, shout out to Bay. I'm working on some different things right now, and with different bigger artists that I won't name right now, but J.O. Felony for one, old school cat, maybe 50, who knows? At the end of the day, it's all that's great and shit, but like I would like to work with everybody that I can in Boston that got fire. A lot of times as producers, we get overlooked because people might think it's all about the change and money. I do have a website up, and I'll talk about that later, but as far as coming up and approaching me as far as a beat, man, if you're really doing your thing, then I'm not going to charge you anything for that. I just want my credits, and then if it's put out, then I want my shit on the back end. And
hell yeah.
That's what I can do for Boston to help. I want to see everybody. You know what I mean? This ain't like I'm thirsty to get money for it. This is what I love to do. I got over 3,000 beats. So why not? And I've been there and done that as a rapper and signed and all that shit. So I know how it is. But my ultimate goal is to work with everybody in Boston that got fire shit. So,
y'all heard it first on the first episode, Cambridge Gucci Live Mobile. He said he wants to work with y'all artists and y'all tap in. Cambridge Gucci Live will be back after these messages. Woo, 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 la da 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 da. It's a nightmare on Sport Street, killers on the air. Homie bought some fentanyl, he died off a bag. Murder one cause a nigga wore the wrong flag. Cambridge where I'm from, everybody got swag. Nightmare on Sport Street, killers on the air. Homie bought some fentanyl, he died off a bag. Murder one cause a nigga wore the wrong flag. Cambridge where I'm from, everybody got swag. Woo dee woo 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 woo. Whoa dee whoa 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 whoa. La dee da 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 da. La 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 la. Nightmare on the Ave, ain't nobody trying to sleep. I was down the west side of Cambridge, Sport Street. Creeping to my hood, watch your back down, Danny. My dog was trapping out of Bristol arms with his family. Poppy stands to work, put a fiend seen it. Best get on the other side, nigga, street cleaning. Goes girl with the switch in the street sweepers. All they heard was Wally buzzing like they beekeepers. Heartless Tony on that shit again. Fuck you and your bitch again. They gon' need some fishermen to find your body swimming in. Shout out to the MIDI King, North Face, Timberland, Northside Projects, hallways, 100 grams. Remember getting caught up in the gym quick. Went from dope boy to DTs, cuff my damn wrist. Still in your worst dreams like I'm Freddy. Head trigger, pop his head off, cause I'm petty. It's a nightmare on Spark Street, killers on the air. Homie bought some fentanyl, he died off a bag. Murder one cause a nigga wore the wrong flag. Cambridge where I'm from, everybody got swag. Nightmare on Spark Street, killers on the air. Homie bought some fentanyl, he died off a bag. Murder one cause a nigga wore the wrong flag. Cambridge where I'm from, everybody got swag. Woody woo 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 woo. Woody woo 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 woo. La di da 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 da. La 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 la.
And right now, like on my website, I got a collabo section where people can go on my website, and whether they're a rapper or a producer, they can get to the collaboration together and do things.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, and I don't charge. They're like, share, like, subscribe.
How does something like that work? Like, is it like somebody may do the drums, somebody's doing a sample, like collectively?
Yeah, it depends on the producer. So sometimes, like, I might want to find a chop sample, and I might not want to chop that day, or I might have some shit that I think's nice, but everything I do is not nice. And you know what I mean? You got to be aware of that as a producer, because everything you like might not be good for everybody else. So if I feel that way, then yeah, I might reach out to a few of my homies that I got and be like, bro, chop this shit up, or let me see what it sounds like, and I'll throw some drums to it, or I might have some shit that I might need some drums to, because as producers, sometimes we get stuck, and that's why they have so many different tools and resources and different programs to, give us that spark again to keep going and do shit different. You know what I mean? So, but I would love to. I'd say any producers, let's work. Shit, like I'm about my business, man. Like you want to work, let's work.
How often would you say artists is in your email or your DMs trying to get beats?
Okay, so right now I do have at least every day in my email about 50 to 60 people. Some of them are looking to buy beats, and I send them over to my website. Some of them are still on some, hey, can I get that beat? And unfortunately, as much as, like I said, and I'm not trying to sound like I renege on my shit, but if I know that you're doing something, handling your business as far as beats in Boston, I got you all day. But if I know that you're just starting off and you don't want to put in that work, and I really can't give you nothing for free. Like, you know what I mean?
Just to be sitting on shit.
Yeah, it's like, I'm about my business, man. And I'm not a hard businessman to work with, but I need to know you're doing something. That's why, like I said, when it comes to you, They Holla, Polecat, Twice put me in all his musical vendettas, like from Run It Concurrent, all my beats during that. Yeah, so it's like someone's doing something with my shit. The biggest thing I hate is to give somebody a beat and they don't do shit with it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get into that, but my beats as far as on the website, they're fair. $40, you can lease the beat.
Can you explain to them the different levels of leasing?
Right. So not right now, like most of the producers that even in the big industries will lease a beat. So for me, I lease beats just like the others. So when you lease that beat, you lease the beat it's royalty free until it hits a certain percentage of plays on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music, or whatever. So you buy the beat on my site, $40. You lease it. Excuse me. You lease the beat for $40. You might be able to get up to, let's say, 50,000 plays before I start collecting anything from you. Okay? Your shit gets a little better than that. You go over that, let's say 100,000. Then, I collect on that.
Okay.
All right. So then, if you want to just buy the beat outright after your shit's going like that, then you could buy it outright. But I will still get a percentage of that for a certain amount of time. So maybe like a year after your shit go big, or 2 years, then I still get a 15% of that. So
okay,
which is fair. Trust me.
So when you say the exclusive?
Exclusive, yeah. So if you buy the beat out exclusively, you're talking about $400 to buy the beat outright, get as many streams as you want, play it wherever the fuck you want.
So when they get that, do you give them what they call the stems with it?
The stems, yeah. They get the stems with that to do whatever they wish with it, because they do own the beat. I just still get a producer's percentage.
And for people that don't understand the terminology, can you explain to them what a stem is?
Yeah, so the stem is like, so if I did a beat and you hear, I don't know if you can hear that, right there, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just a sample that I created. Now if I played that sample and then added a drum, added a snare, all those would be broken down individually. So that way the artist can mix it, the engineer can mix it, the engineer can actually add effects to certain instruments and melodies and things of that nature, which makes a huge difference. So
they can take out the sample and shit if they want certain places and all that.
They can hook it up however they wish after they buy it. Yeah.
Do people usually? What's the most common one that people get? What's the most common lease?
So I've had many of the people from different states buying outright, but they usually get the $100 one, because if they're doing, okay with their music on Spotify and Instagram and all that, then I mean, me myself, I would always prefer they go with the middle package, which is $100, because that way they don't have to upgrade. But the best thing about that is if I charge you $40 for the first package, and then you want to upgrade to the second package, you don't have to put up $100.
Okay.
You already paid $40. So you only would pay $60.
Oh, so you're only gonna have them pay the remainder.
Exactly. I have a lot of different avenues and different tools for free that the artists that don't know should know, as far as copyrights, how to copyright your shit, how to collect your mechanical rights, how to collect your royalties, how to do all types of shit that artists forget to do because they're just focused on getting a hot beat, going in the studio and rapping. And there's more than that shit. Like, I'll be the first to tell you. Me and my buddy was signed with Creole D, the dude that used to sing "Look at That Girl with the Daisy Dukes on." And they were more focused on him than us, because we didn't know the business part. But we're sitting back wondering why Creole D is getting all this money. But then again, he had that #1 hit, and that was it. You feel me? But we didn't know the business side of that. So since then, I got into the business side, and I felt that it should be something that I have the MCs and the artists be aware, because there's so many ways you could collect royalties, and from here to overseas. Like a lot of cats don't know. So I felt that it should be something that my manager, which is my brother, shout out to Trap Gunner, my manager put me onto a lot of that shit as well. You know what I mean? And said that that's what type of platform we need to have to cater to the artists as well. It's more than just selling beats. Like I said, when I want I want to see my peoples from Boston come up. Jada Kiss, he was just on, you know, on the site the other day saying Boston got that sound right now.
Could you hear something and be like, okay, that's that Boston sound?
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Like if I heard a New York sound, I can definitely know it's New York. If I heard any sound from Boston, I can definitely tell it's Boston. Wise guys, they have their own sound. You know what I mean? You got your own sound. Made Men, they had their own sound. JD, I believe his last name is, but he had his own sound, and it's just that Boston vibe. It's that bounce, punch, fight with poison. He got his own sound. I also did tracks for him. So yeah, man, and I got tracks coming up on his album as well. But everybody, I could tell that it's that Boston sound, man. It's, you know what I mean? It just, for me, it takes me back to that element, the Boston beans and shit.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Going through my neighborhood and Common Square, stopping at Ted's Market, getting the sub, going on to school down at the Grove of Cleveland, sliding through Die High. You feel me? Like, it's just a vibe. It's a whole vibe, man. Bucket bouncing down, you know what I mean, down Blue Hill Ave, going to Simcoe's. It's a whole vibe and shit, and it's lovely, man.
You think we could get a little live sample on the machine?
Yeah, I got a little something I could play. I got a little something on here. Did it about 9 o'clock last night and shit, man, and I'll probably go back in and tweak some shit, perfect it, but yeah, we can check it out.
I made myself this promise, so I never get left behind. Tell me whose word is this? I said the word is mine. I am looking at the sky, and I ask myself at night. Tell me whose word is this? I said the word is
Ooh, that's fire right there, man. How many beats can you hold on that joint?
On this one, this one's ran by a SD card, but I usually plug my external hard drive up to it, which is 2 terabytes.
Can we get a little mashup?
Yeah, you want another one?
Yeah, let's get it, yeah. Yo, that's that smooth shit right there, man.
Hell yeah.
That's that joint for the ladies.
Got it.
That sound crazy right there, man.
Yeah, man.
That sound insane, man. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, you got some heaters right there, man.
Yeah, good looking. Like I said, hey, reach out, people. I'm trying to fuck with whoever want to fuck with me. Like I say, man, tap in or tap out. I'm gonna keep it moving, man, regardless. But I would love to work with artists in Boston, rappers, singers, who's ever coming up doing their fucking thing. Man, tap in, man. Let's work.
If you could put a number on it, how many MIDI King beats you think are just floating out there right now?
Probably about 5,000 or 6,000. But
damn,
like I make beats every day, and I might make 2 a day. And I know that sounds like, you know, some people can do it, some can't. Me, I'm the type of producer that has always. I started off with a beat machine this big, and I perfected that, and then the next shit I got might have been a little bigger than that, and I perfected that. So when you see all these producers, which to each his own, they have the studios and the shit works for them, and that's cool. Like, I salute. For me, how I work, I can take this and do every fucking thing they can do in the big studio. So I'm used to you not having nothing. And like I said, I grew up in Dorchester, baby. You know what I mean? Went to the Lee School, and we was kind of poor back then, so we made shit work. So, but I say that to say it don't take a lot for me to produce out beats the way I do. So sometimes I do 4 beats a day.
we got a few joints on the album. Feel me?
Yeah,
on the Schizo album I just put out.
I salute, man. I appreciate that, man. And that's what I love. I gave it to my man. You smashed that shit, bro.
Hell yeah,
My brother loves that shit. My manager loves all 3 of them, man. And the others that's on there as well as the other producers.
Hell yeah.
Some shit like, man, I'd like to connect with those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
word. Give them all your social medias, your website, all that.
Okay, so you can contact me directly through email at keywells927@gmail.com. So that would read pwells927@gmail.com. You can go on my website, midikingz.com. That's MIDIKINGZ.com. MIDIKingz.com. You can hit me up on Instagram, DQP.Brown. And yeah, let's work, man. Or Facebook, Kevin Brown. Hit me up, Facebook. You'll see me. You'll see the MIDI Kingz logo and all that shit.
Hell yeah,
me, man. Let's get busy.
Y'all know what I say. Came with Gucci, man.